Dear friends, previously we have discussed about why we think. Today we will discuss about what are emotions. Emotions are mental representation of our feeling. Mental representations comes from mind, and mind is inside the brain. The second part is feeling. We feel means when we consciously represent certain thing in our behavior, it is our feeling. Understanding feeling and understanding emotion is a very, very important aspect in human behavior. As I said, mind exists in the brain and emotions has a biological basis because it is felt, it is consciously represented. So it has a biological basis. Researcher has searched. There is one element called as hypothalamus. It is in the center of the brain. And now, with lots of research in neuropsychology and by neuroscientists, they have already declared hypothalamus is a center of emotion. But then question arises, why every time we cannot become emotional? Why sometime we can become emotional? So the answer is, what is not expected, if it happened, we are likely to feel it negatively or positively. Or something has already happened with you, and then chances of its repetition is perceived by your mind. The feeling will come at conscious level and it will be reflected in your behavior. So how it happens? That is a question. And why it is not happening for all the people same way? Because there are information pathway which is fixed biologically. Now what is that? We have 5 senses. Every information is received through our 5 senses are fed to our brain and it is processed. Now all these 5 senses are very, very close to hypothalamus. So any information received through senses, it goes to hypothalamus. And if by processing hypothalamus is not able to understand the appropriate aspect of the information reached, it will give spontaneous reaction. And that spontaneous reaction will be passed on by amygdala, which is very close to hypothalamus, and action will be taken by our body. So what is missing here? This action is called as felt action, consciously felt action. Now what is missing here? The information received by hypothalamus is not well understood. If it is understood well, it goes to the peripheral cortex where there are many more centers of thoughts. It will be appropriately processed at right center, and then the right answer will be passed on through amygdala to our body, and the body action will be far, far better than emotional reaction. It is normally possible that when person is not emotionally matured, right from birth till death, there are all chances that he can produce an emotional reaction in the behavior. Means consciously a feeling can come and then it can be reflected in the behavior. I said positive or negative. So when you are happy unexpectedly, you were expecting that you will not score 80% mark and you got it. So it will also be reflected positively in the form of positive feeling. If you have not expected that your father will shout, normally he is cool and calm, and you have not expected that your father will shout on a silly reason, and if he shouted, you will produce with negative reaction. Means your conscious level feeling will be affecting your behavior, affecting your action. Friends, there are three most important emotions which you must take care of. These are basic emotions I am talking about. 1. Trust. 2. Love. And 3. Fear. Now, trust. It is normally said that many people born with untrust personality. And the people, those who are born with the trust personality, they perform better. Now, I am talking about the trust within yourself. The person who can trust the self, he can also trust the others. The person who cannot trust the self, there is chances of not trusting others. So self-trust is most important, and fortunately or unfortunately, it is decided in infancy period, after birth up to 2 years. 2, love. Love is the most fascinating emotion, and in every span of life, it helps you. Love is expressed in many forms. People talk about love with the opposite gender, love with the parents, love with the society, love with the nation, and there are so many forms of love. Lust is a biological form of love. But what exactly love means? When you win over your fear for any activity, you perform the activity in a fearless atmosphere, your brain is able to produce the love. The fearlessness is the basic condition of producing love. And it is very difficult to stay in a fearless condition for 24 hours and 365 days. So at some point of time, your love get distorted, distracted from the point of view of love. The last one is fear. Fear is a very common emotion. It is present in maximum number of people. Nobody can claim that I have attained a fearless condition for a long period and I am in a fearless state of mode continuously. But some people are able to attain the fearless condition also. Very few, 1 in lakh, they can attain the fearless condition. That is possible. So whatever you do, they will remain in the fearless condition. Now, fear, all of you are aware. You are having fear of losing parent, losing partner, losing friend. You are having fear of failure in exam, failure at job. There are n number of fear, but that is not my topic of discussion. Why fear produces in my mind? Why fear is troubling me? Friends, remember, fear always comes from outside. Fear is basically not present inside the brain or inside the mind. It is always come from outside. Probably fear enters in your brain when you are in the womb of the mother, and that continues. So attaining fearless condition, attaining ideally fearless condition is very difficult task. But you can reduce your fear. It is said that optimum level of fear or minimum level of fear is required to live the life. But when fear becomes excess, it is excessive, it gives the trouble. And it takes a different form. The fear may get transformed into anxiety, stress, phobia, depression, disorder, many kind of disorder, and so many. So, how to keep fear minimum? How to keep a fear at optimum level which will support you to behave normal is a very big question in psychology. In fact, many psychologists have studied mostly abnormal behavior. I have not seen a study of a normal behavior. What is ideally a normal behavior is yet not defined in psychology. Probably, I feel optimum level of fear with maximum level of love and trust can give you the normal behavior. Thank you very much, friend. Please, if you like this kind of video, subscribe my channel BTCA Nagpur. Thank you very much.